If you have one of these, doubtless you get phone calls all the time from people trying to sell you something. There are ways to avoid that. I'll tell you more about that in just a moment. The Telephone Consumer Protection Act is designed to keep this being your servant instead of you becoming its servant. The fact of the matter is, there's a simple way to avoid many of these phone calls, and that's just by placing your phone on the Do Not Call registry nationally. Federal Trade Commission website is a good place to go to put your phone on the Do Not Call registry. That is the place where people are supposed to check to see if they can call you. Now, the fact is, very few of them do. There are a few exemptions in the Telephone Consumer Protection Act. For example, having done business with someone, if you're a regular customer, they can call you. They can call you to try to get you to do new business because you have this existing relationship. But a lot of times people try to tack on to existing relationships. For example, I have a timeshare property in Florida, and a lot of people who actually are not that company will call me and ask me either to rent that property to them or sell that property or get out of that property. And all of those calls are supposedly because we have this relationship, which we do not. There is a way usually to stop these kinds of phone calls. The first thing you can do is you can file a complaint with the Federal Trade Commission. There is a problem with that, though, in that a lot of times these people will not tell you what company they are with or where they're located. And a lot of times the information that they give you will be false. In fact, one very frequent trick that these individuals employ is to clone phone numbers. So they may be calling from Philadelphia or Los Angeles, but they will show up as a phone number in your area code or an area code close to you. For example, my telephone number begins with the area code 573, which is in the central part of Missouri. And as a result, I get calls sometimes from the 816 area code, from the 660 area code, from the 314 area code. All of these calls are designed to look like they're coming from my home state, when in fact they're routed from some call center thousands of miles away. It's called spoofing or cloning, and a lot of times these companies do that. However, if you can get the individual to give you the actual company name that is contacting you, that should be your first step. You simply ask them, who's calling me? What's your name? Who are you with? How do you spell that? Where are you located? Interrupt their flow and make them give you that information. And if they won't give you that information, then hang up. Sooner or later, you will get somebody on there who will tell you who they're with and where the company's located. Once you have that information, you can file a complaint with the FTC, and about 9 times out of 10, that stops the calls from that entity. If it doesn't, you do have a right under the Telephone Consumer Protection Act to file a complaint in court and take them to court and get a civil penalty assessed against them and damages for the invasion of your privacy and the invasion of your cell phone. So that's the Telephone Consumer Protection Act. It exists to protect you, and it's a good piece of legislation, although currently there is a case at the Supreme Court about that legislation, which we will talk about when the case is finally decided. Again, if you found this helpful or useful, I hope you will smash that notification button on the side up there to subscribe, and that you'll click the like button because it helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. I really appreciate those people who have subscribed and liked because it boosts the channel and it gives me an opportunity and an incentive to make more of these Telephone Consumer Protection Act type of presentations. Thank you and have a terrific day.